two young Navy widows from opposite sides of the world learned how to depend upon one another, and also learned that legacies and heirlooms can be shared. Coming up on this week's book pre-review, the books I'm excited to read. Hi, Terri Gillespie here, and welcome to Book Pre-Review, the books I'm excited to read. And this week's featured book is simply titled Heirlooms, but don't let that simple title fool you, because it is powerful, and it's written by award-winning and best-selling author Sandra Byrd. Now, I have to give another spoiler alert. That's one of the bad things about getting the books early from the publishers. And thank you, Tyndale and NetGalley, for the early ebook copy so that I can review and give my honest review. But that means usually by the time I film these pre-reviews, I've already read it. And it's hard not to inject all that enthusiasm when the book is so good. And this book is really good. Spoiler alert. Sorry. So this book came out last month, and in hardback, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. Now, the genre is contemporary Christian fiction, women's fiction, Christian fiction, and time-split Christian fiction, which I love this new subgenre where it's dual timelines. But this one's especially unique, and I'll tell you more about that in a minute. Now, if you don't know Sandra Byrd, which I unfortunately was one of those people, now I know her, now I love her books, so I'm going to be getting to know her even more. But one way you can get to know her is to go to her website, and that's sandrabyrd.com. And that's popped up on your screen. And once it's gone, don't worry, because it's down in the description section, along with some other really great links we'll talk about later. Also, you can find out a little bit about Sandra right now when I read her bio. Best-selling author Sandra Byrd continues to earn both industry acclaim and high praise from readers everywhere. Well, you just heard me, so I can only imagine what everybody else is saying. The author of more than 50 books, her work has received many awards, nominations, and accolades, including the Historical Novel Society's Editor's Choice Award, 2 Christy Award nominations, 2 Library Journal Best Book selections, and inclusion on Booklist Top 10 Inspirational Books of the Year list. Sandra loves walking, the beach, cooking and baking, photography, watching Escape to the Country. I've never heard of that. Fake or Fortune? Never heard of that either. And Chef's Table. I might have heard of that one. Interesting. I'll have to look that up. As well as spending time with family and friends, real and fictional. And as an author, I totally get what she means. So here are the publisher's notes. Answering a woman's desperate call for help, young Navy widow Helen DeVries opens her Whidbey Island home as a refuge to Choi Eun-hee. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Who's from Korea. As they bond over common losses and a delicate, potentially devastating secret, their friendship spans the remainder of their lives. Cassidy Quinn, after losing her mother, she spent her childhood summers with her gran, Helen, at her farmhouse. Nourished by her grandmother's love and encouragement, Cassidy discovers a passion that she hopes will bloom into a career. But after Helen passes, Cassidy learns that her home and garden have fallen into serious disrepair. Worse, a looming tax debt threatens her inheritance. Facing the loss of her legacy and in need of allies and ideas, Cassidy reaches out to Nick, her former love, despite the complicated emotions brought by having him back in her life. Cassidy inherits not only the family home, but a task spoken with her grandmother's final breath, and that is to ask Grace Kim, Unyi's granddaughter, to help sort through the contents of the locked hope chest in the attic. As she and Grace dig through the past, they unearth their grandmother's long-held secrets and more. Each startling revelation reshapes their understanding of their grandmothers and ultimately inspires the courage to take risks and make changes to their own lives. Set in both modern-day and mid-century Whidbey Island, Washington, this dual narrative story of four women, grandmothers and granddaughters, intertwines across generations to explore the secrets we keep, the love we pass down, and the heirlooms we inherit from a well-lived life. Anything that has to do with grandmothers and what they pass on to their granddaughters, I'm in. My grandmother growing up, she was my best friend, so I totally get that. Now, you can purchase heirlooms at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, BookBub, and ChristianBook.com, and also your local retailers and bookstores. And what do we do if it's not on the shelf? We go up to customer service and politely ask for it. Now, also, my reviews, and since I have read this book already, I have already reviewed it. So you can find those reviews at various sites, including Amazon, BookBub, Goodreads, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, NetGalley, and ChristianBook.com. Now, also in the description section that I mentioned are links to my newsletter. And right now, if you sign up for my newsletter, then you get 2 free downloadable gifts. And one of them is 2 chapters of one of my books. And the next gift is a special surprise. And I hope it'll be a blessing to you. Also on my website are my books, and one of my books just got nominated for a Golden Scroll. So that book is Really Bad Hair Day, and there'll be more information on that on my website, as well as daily devotions and probably over 600 devotions on the book of Proverbs. So we could all use a little wisdom these days, shall we say. Anyway, those are also available for free for my viewers and my readers. Also, Bob's going to start counting my alsos, and he's going to put a tick mark up there every time I say it. Anywho, authors love keeping in touch with their readers, and I love keeping in touch with my readers and my viewers, and I can do that most easily on my social media sites, and those icons are popping up, and the links for those are down below in the description section, and I would love to hear from you. So that's it for this week. Next week is another great book. Yeah, I already read it. It's really good. So anyway, another great book to pre-review. And in the meantime, God bless you and keep reading.